It's a tale with everything: a beautiful heroine, romance and treasure, adventure on the high seas and terrible tragedy. There's even a ghostly postscript.
Well, the full story is emerging as a team of divers finally uncover the wreck of the packet ship Nancy more than 200 years after she sank in a violent storm off the Western Isles of Scilly.
Louise Midgley ventured to the site of this discovery with the dive team whose detective work uncovered the find of a lifetime.
3,600 miles of Atlantic Ocean separates these treacherous rocks from America. Here the rich and famous opera singer Anne Cargill perished, along with her baby and 47 other souls in 1784. It must have been terrifying. I mean, this was as sheltered as it would have got.
Yeah, well, they would have been trying to make in the small boat for this tiny island because it would have been the only safe haven they could have seen. But this is probably the worst place they could have actually come to.
Many divers have tried to locate the wreck of the Nancy around these rocks where the bodies were found, but old records pointed the Scilly team to a different resting place.
When we got into the research, we found that there was another story, that really it was the larger ship was further out. And they hit the rocks and were able to get into a smaller ship.
In the horrendous conditions, the little boat turned over, trapping many of them. It was several days before local people were able to get out to the site to find the bodies, including that of Anne Cargill, still clutching her child.
And gold was strewn the wet sands o'er, like ashes by a breeze, and gorgeous robes, but oh, that shore held sadder sights than these.
The tragedy of the Nancy, with her beautiful and doomed passenger Anne Cargill, caught the public imagination. 15,
16, she was very attractive by all accounts, and she was attracting men of status. She was performing nightly, probably in Covent Garden, getting a very good reputation as an actress.
Anne's personal reputation was less shining. After a string of high-profile affairs and a brief marriage, she eloped with ship's captain John Haldane to Calcutta, where he was stationed with the East India Company. There she amassed a fortune worth around £200,000. But in 1784 she, with her illegitimate child, was ordered home by Prime Minister William Pitt the Younger, who declared that an actress should not be defiling the pure shores of India.
Well, this is from the east, and this was definitely used on East India Company ships by the officers. So it's definitely a ship of the right period and from the east.
The team is certain this is the Nancy, and Todd and Ed have written a book to tell the tale. The question remains, is Anne Cargill's treasure still there? Certainly salvors at the time tried to investigate the wreck from a diving bell.
I would like to find treasure. It's a lovely thing to do, but treasure to us is the story, and it truly is. And if we ever found anything on the seabed, we both pray that it's her jewellery, because to have that and to put it on display in our local museum would just be fantastic.
And the story continued. 100 years after the Nancy went down, men living on Rosevear and building the Bishop Rock Lighthouse were haunted by the voice of a woman singing to a child. Maybe it was just the call of the seals. But the story of Anne Cargill and the wreck of the Nancy is now very much in today's public imagination. Louise Midgley off the Isles of Scilly for West Country News.